Thanks for staying with us. We're still reviewing Vanguard.
Yeah, so I have the story of the ports. They said the Apapa port due to the heavy congestion. They said the Nigerian Ports Authority has temporarily suspended the release of cleared cargoes from the Apapa port complex due to congestion issues currently affecting the port. They said this congestion created a bottleneck in the port, delaying the flow of goods and hampering both local and international trade activities. And also, they said the operators have not been able to ensure that there should be smooth movement of these cargoes, and also have started charging demurrage fees on the ones that are delayed. And this has proved that they are inefficient in their ways. So, but now the port management is now saying that they are going to monitor these activities and monitor the situation, and very soon they are going to open. So we should all exercise patience and just wait for them to get things in order before they open the ports once again.
So yesterday, President Joe Biden made a call to our President Bola Ahmed Tinubu and thanked him for stopping the federal government for stopping the criminal prosecution of Binance executive Tigran Gambaryan for money laundering charges, while supporting Nigeria's quest for a United Nations Security Council seat. He was saying that, if you recall the story that happened where Gambaryan, who is a U.S. citizen, was arrested on a business trip to Nigeria alongside his counterpart, I think it was a British-Kenyan, Nadeem Anjarwalla. And his company, according to the reports, was charged with money laundering of $35.4 million and tax evasion, which they both denied. However, so for Biden to call, this was really big for the president. So Biden also he said that he has actually also will support Nigeria in their quest on a permanent seat on the United Nations Security Council, especially with the country's leadership roles in Africa and peacekeeping efforts and sacrifices across the globe. So I think that's the key thing that Nigeria is really looking forward to, and we'll see how that goes.
So sad story coming from Niger State, in particular the military training camp. It's the largest military training camp within the area, and it's called the Nagwamase Military Cantonment in Kutangora local headquarters of Kutangora local government area of Niger State, and it was ransacked by bandits. They've taken over the entire military training camp, and they said it has affected and displaced 23 communities because the training camp leans into about 23 communities, and it has affected them. One of the state members representing Kutangora, the State House of Assembly, had to move a very urgent motion asking that there should be a lot of support to ensure they clear out that area, that bandits have taken over the training ground. And according to him, communities within the training grounds have come under heavy attack, that bandits are operating with impunity. Some members of the community were abducted and taken into the bandits' den. He said that he has asked and cried out to the government to make decisive action towards flushing out the terrorists from the camps. They have rule over that camp right now, and they said that they are also asking for support of modern equipment for the military to support them in flushing out the armed men that seem to have more ammunition at the moment, and they are in the training camp, and they want to restore peace to all the 23 communities. Our heart goes out to all of them. Many of them, according to the representative, said that this is their ancestral homes, their farms, their businesses, and they've had to abandon all these things for the risk of being kidnapped if they come back to their places. So they should reach out to them and support them and flush out the bandits.
Yeah, Vanguard, right? Yes. So the Nigerian National Petroleum Company Limited, NNPCL, yesterday adjusted the price of premium motor spirit, that's PMS, also known as petrol, to 1,025 naira per litre from 998 naira per litre in Lagos and the environs. So the price of the product has risen to 1,060 naira from 1,030 naira, and this is like the third increase in the price of products in 2 months. So they said the latest increase came as the price of Nigeria's burning light crude dropped to $72 per barrel from $75 per barrel, indicating a shortfall of 8.2% against the $77.96 per barrel reference of the price of 2024 budget. So in Lagos filling stations, immediately they said a lot of filling stations closed down. You know, they were trying to adjust their pump price to reflect the new rates, and everybody's complaining. So people have been speaking up against this. Experts are reacting against this. The development yesterday caused the Center for Promotion of Private Enterprise, CCPE, Dr. Muda Yusuf, to react, saying that the decision is driven by deregulation, but Nigeria should also think of other considerations, especially now that Nigerians are suffering, to see how they can cushion the effects of this. So I don't know, on one hand, we're saying let's market forces decide. On another hand, we want to go back to subsidy somehow just to help Nigeria. So I say I'm confused.
Yeah, you can see it's not easy being a leader.
Yes,
I'm telling you.
not easy, honestly.
I don't understand. Anyway, let's move on.
People are suffering.
So when somebody's Nigerian Tribune, not talk. Dangote blames retro queues on marketers. State of states. Now how Naira devaluation exposed many states to greater financial risk. Terrorists preventing electricity restoration in the north. Deputy Senate President says. Timothy Adegoke. Appeal court reserves judgment on ex-OAU students killing. Sanwo-Olu denies suing EFCC. Why I can't transfer Rivers case from Abuja to Port Harcourt, says FHC, that's CG. And the APC suspends Aregbesola. Which story are we taking?
Yeah, so I wanted to say, in addition to what the story you took earlier on that Niger, wherever, saying bandits, yes, so it's part of the reason why there's total blackout in the north.
Yes.
It's because of these bandits. Yeah, they vandalized it, and people are trying to go and fix it. They can't even gain access to those areas where they can go and fix the light, because they said that they have to wait. They have to go with security personnel, military people, to get them to where the poles are to do the repairs and all. But then, because of these bandits, they said there was a time they laid a siege on them, and they almost kidnapped some of the TCN workers. Wow. You see all this. So that's the reason why we have this blackout for a very long time. Yeah. So the northerners, the governors, and all, we all have to come together and fight this banditry. We must do that before that region can move forward. As it is right now, with that banditry, a lot of things will keep going wrong. Okay. And that's why we don't have this light for a very long time.
Yeah, so I have the story on the state of states. It is a hot topic.
State of states.
The states of Nigerian states.
Okay.
It is when I say hot topic, like we should bring the budget people to come and break it down, because the statistics are very shocking, jarring rather, as well. The headline is talking about the fact that when they value the Naira, many states are owing foreign loans, which, because our money has devalued, the loans now loom huge, like it's now becoming bigger and higher, and the ability to pay up those loans look even worse for many of the states. Lagos ranks #1 in terms of debts that we are owing. However, Lagos also ranks among the top 5 of states that are generating internal revenue enough to cover their bills. So Port Harcourt is #1. Port Harcourt, and I say Rivers State is #1. They've been #1 for a while, and they've maintained their IGR as #1, as also management of their funds as #1. So
that isn't always the problem.
Yes, the ability to pay. Yeah. So Bandits is advising that the states need to get more creative and not take foreign loan. And they are acknowledging, I must say, they celebrated the fact that all the states right now are not taking extra loans, foreign loans. So obviously it means that they could have managed themselves then too, because they didn't need it. But they said they acknowledged the fact that they didn't take any loan. Health funding, many states allocate money to health and without matching up the fund. They don't release the fund. Specifically, Edo, Ekiti, Katsina, Ondo, no spending in 2023 on the health sector. As in the state of states is a report Nigerians should be aware of, because we point to federal government without realizing that many things we need to do happens within the states. Majority of our states are dependent 100% on internally generated revenue. They cannot, they need just a few states, about 5 states, can times 5 their revenue before they can survive. So it obviously shows where the problem is, that our governors need to get more creative in how they solve the problems within their states. And it is very difficult problem to solve. But that's why we have billions of Nigerians, and there are many of them that are willing to come and help with the solving without any corruption involved. If you would involve them, bring them in, get their solution, get the data from budget. Don't look at it as an attack on your government, but as data for you to work with to improve the services of your state.
We don't have time.
So go on to one more story here. Go ahead.
Yeah, so the Lagos State Governor, Babajide Sanwo-Olu, has denied suing the Economic and Financial Crimes Commission over an alleged plan to arrest and prosecute him after leaving office. We saw a viral letter, on social media. So the rebuttal signed by his counsel, Lawal Pedro, SAN, was made available to the paper yesterday evening, and he stressed that the governor at no time sued or briefed any any legal practitioner to file a suit on his behalf concerning the matter. It reads, our attention has been drawn to the news circulating in a section of the media entitled Sanwo-Olu sues EFCC over alleged plan to prosecute him after tenure. And they said nothing of that has happened. However, investigations would be carried out to find out how that was even said to the media, who made the news known when something like this did not happen in the first place.
So my final story, APC has suspended former Minister of Interior, Rauf Agberegbesola, APC chapter in Osun State. According to them, they were saying that Agberegbesola was accused of factionalizing the APC by forming the Omoluabi Caucus splinter group, allegedly collaborating with opposition parties to destabilize the APC in Osun State. Other offenses include publicly criticizing party leaders, including the president and Chief Bisi Akonde, immediate past Osun State Governor Boyega Oyetola, and others. I didn't realize criticism can actually earn you suspension. But it says that refusing to participate in and or supporting APC activities. These are interesting. These are politics, but he's been suspended from the Osun State APC chapter. That's all we can take on Front Page Review this morning. When we come back, we move on to our next segment. Stay with us. We'll be right back.
Stay tuned. Your View will be right back.